Okay, what do we do with big piece of cracky opal? Come and join me and let's find out. There's a big crack on this stone. It's a big piece. We're gonna cut it, we're gonna slice it, and we're gonna see what its destiny is right here, right now. Also, watch till the end, and we're gonna talk about this massive, big 180 carat Coober Pedy grey opal with some interesting colors. I like your opinion of what we should do with it. Okay, let's go back to our cracked opal. You can see the crack in the middle, and also the good part, which is that beautiful pinfire color throughout. Now the bar is quite thin on top, but as you can see inside that there is more and more color as well. I'm not sure what it's gonna, if that runs deeper. There are cracks, and you will see in the middle. I'll grab a torch and let's see how that crack runs and how we're gonna slice this beautiful stone, which is going to definitely make some white opal or milky opal gems. How many? How big? I'm not sure. So let's grab a torch and have a look inside of it. Okay, so you can see the torch shines the light and you can see what's inside the stone. You can see the crack that splits in there into two, and it goes from the top, goes there, that's the split in there, and it continues. So this piece of opal, it's big. I got it for $100 and it wasn't exposed. I have faced it. I knew there are cracks because I could see it on the side. It wasn't hidden. That's why I got it cheap for the size of the stone it is. I still think it's gonna it's good value and we make something out of it. So you can see there's a little bit of sand around, but that's on top. The issues are the cracks and how we slice it. How we're gonna slice. See, there's one on that side too. So the cracks are on top and bottom of the opal and onto the sides of the opal. So getting an idea what to do with it. I just want to have another look after the torch and make a plan with you guys and see how we slice it. So still pondering here under the light and the water, and you can see clearly that crack in the middle. That torch gave me an idea how to slice it, and I will draw it for you in the middle what I think. By the way, did I say the opal is from Lightning Ridge? Milky opal from Lightning Ridge. It was about 40 odd carats. It's down to 29 to be exact at the moment. And just looking at that crack. Yeah, I think I'm gonna draw around that crack. I'm not gonna go through the middle because the crack kind of curves. So I'm gonna go with the curvature of the crack there. I'm just gonna do it properly. Let me just dry it so we can draw properly. It's a bit wet on top. Okay, now it's a bit drier. We can get a marker, and yeah, I'm gonna slice it there and to the side, and that's where this crack goes. And I can't grind that crack anymore because the color bar is so thin that even though this crack could come out, it will take too much color. So there is no choice here but to slice it. I don't think the crack goes all the way in all places. See, I think that's not the same crack from at the bottom. So I'm just gonna go and slice it exactly what I'm drawing. See, I'm still not 100%, but yeah, I think also the color is good in there, so you can see where I'm going with it. And yeah, let's go and slice that way. The decision has been made. Let's see what we've got after first slice. Okay, so we've got two pieces. I sliced it exactly how I draw it. So we've got this piece that's got a color sort of like more of a cushion cut or something like that, because that edge there, it's got no color. And you can, I don't know if you can see, but it's got a little bit of color jelly like, but I'm gonna actually slice it, make it through the middle just to see if there's two opals in there. That color is very subdued in the middle. It's like a jelly like. This color bar is nice, but I'm gonna slice it in half. And now with this one, it's got that crack there, as you can see, and because that crack is running through, I'm not gonna slice it and through the thickness. I'm gonna keep the thickness on it and just slice it right in there, because that's what is shaping. There's a little bit of a crack on the edge there, so we're gonna go through that. And yeah, see, and so we're gonna make two here and keep the thickness on them. Okay, so after all the slicing, we've got four pieces. Now that is the one that I cut through the middle of the thickness. You can see it had those imperfections and not really much color in there. So I'm glad I did that. And that's for kids to play with. There is nothing here. Those two have the color on top, thin color. We're gonna keep the thickness and we're just gonna go to the wheels and shape them. There's still that crack in there, so that is gonna make only half of the stone. There you go. But and that's the other one, which we'll bring in on the wheels as well, and see what shape we end up with. So I'm just gonna see if I can maybe make some standard ovals or anything. Let's go have a look and go on the wheels. Okay, so this one I've decided to go for a cushion cut. See, this edge's got not that much color. Now I've got to be pretty careful because these bars are very, very thin, and as you can see, it's got nice color, but it's just, look, it's $100 stone. We've got 3 little opal pieces, and I'm happy with that because it's profitable. And there are people that contact me all the time about a white opal, even though the white opal is the most common opal we've got in Australia. I actually don't have that much of it, and a lot of people do love white opal. And we've got 3 little white opals here with pin fire. Just as you can see, I'm just shaping it to a nice cushion cut, getting it ready for the dopstick. Yeah, I didn't draw on this one. I'm kind of going freehand on this here, and it's almost ready for the dopstick. yeah, I think you'll be pretty happy buying $100 stone and end up with 3 disc gems. We're gonna end up here with. I think the other 2, they be more oval shaped, maybe a freeform one of them. But yeah, this is pretty much ready to go on a dopstick. Yeah, you can see the color there. It's got nice reds. Alright, the next one, I've actually drew on it because we can have a nice oval here, well, a circle. And I've just picked where the color was. Yeah, there's a bit of red on the edge there. Maybe I could have done a teardrop, but I've decided to just go for a round piece on this one. And that's because there was no color there. And we just round it up. I might speed it up here for you guys. So I don't want to, where I marked it, I don't want to use the 600 wheel. This, because the bar is so thin, I'll give you a tip, just go on the sanding wheel, because it will take a lot of color out and you might just lose all the color on this wheel. So I'm gonna do the sanding to get rid of the marks. And now this one had a little oval drawn there. It was a bit wet, but you can kind of see the outline there. So I'm gonna speed this up and shape that into an oval and see what we end up with. Okay, so I've decided to get a little bit bigger oval, just a free-handed, not the one I drew because the color was around. You can see how thin the bar is, but it's our biggest piece. And now, just for a minute, I wanted to give you a little tip. When you have a thin color bar, like this stones, this is a 600 wheel. And I do want to shape it, so I want to move it around and move it quite fast just to shape that oval and make it nice and round. But I do not want to use this wheel to clean up the top because the bar is so thin that I'm afraid that if I go and press that stone on the 600 wheel, to clean up that marker, it will actually take off a bit of the color, but maybe all of it, maybe in just a couple of places, and will ruin our little cabochon we're making here. So I am just patiently shaping it to the marked lines on the 600, but then I will go on the sanding wheels, Nova wheels, soft wheels, because they also still take off the color. So while I'm sanding polishing, that marker will come off and I am protecting myself from losing the color on top. So I thought I'd just do that quickly here, but in this video I won't go and show you the sanding and polishing. I'll go and sand them and shade them into reasonable shape, and then we have a look at the end what we ended up with. And also we'll have a look at that big rock and see what you guys think. Yeah, see, nice color here. Yeah, this is shaping up alright. 3 little gems. This is a good one. And yeah, let's have a look what we've got at the end of it. Okay, so after this, we ended up with, you've already seen this one, there was nothing there. After the cut, there's a bit of a jelly color. I don't know, kids to play with. But then we ended up with those three. Little oval cab here with a bit of white, needs to be finished. I did put on the dopsticks just to shape it a little bit, and it just needs to go on a sanding wheel, and it's nice, not too bright. As you can see, it's white. So that's one with 1.3 carats. Then you've got this big oval here. It's got a little bit of sand in there. So, and I think it's, from what I can see, it's actually deeper than the color bar. So it might actually need another cut. But at this moment, it is, look, it's got nice red pin fire there. And it is the biggest piece we've got. And that's what we've got. So it's gonna make an oval shape, but might make two small ones. 2.6 carats. And then we've got this one, which has the most color. It's very nice actually, if you like white opal. And it's a cushion cut, and it's got that jelly structure in there, but the color is good. It's almost done. Just need finishing touch and a polish, and that's our best one here. Okay, so look, there was a big gem of 30 carats, and we ended up, this one is 2 carats, so we ended up with 5 carats worth of opal. Something, that gem was $100, so that's not too bad actually. And it was a big rock, and it had nothing in it. I didn't think it's got anything in it, so, but it did, which is good win. And now, who is gonna help me with this one? Are you guys gonna help me with this one? I'm analyzing this. This is massive. It's 190 carats, so way over an ounce, almost 1.5 ounces of opal, but mostly potch. It's from Cuba. It's grey. And it's got, look, calabar here, calabar there, sort of on an angle running. Does it run through the skin? See, you can't see it anywhere here, but then it appears here. And does it match this side? It appears to match, so it appears to run there and there, and then over here. And I'm not sure, but I can see a little bit of color here. So it's a big 187 carat Coober gray potch with color. You can see a little bit running here, and I'll love your guys' opinion on what to do with it. Yeah, I'm perplexed. I'm not sure. My idea is to be slicing it on an angle there between the color bars and see what happens. Maybe take the skin off first just to see if the color runs here. That's probably what I would end up doing first, and then maybe slicing in between. Then you've got, yeah. So anyway, I thought I'd show you this big rock. Not often they come so big. Now that was also not expensive. I've already taken it off. It was all like this, and I've taken stuff off it just to see. I like this. And yeah, I thought I'd throw it to the community and ask you what I should do and see what majority thinks. And I do one of my own, probably result short video of what happened to this big chunk of Coober Pedy Opal. And you guys, if you like my vids, please give me a like, comments. I love so far, lots of comments, lots of questions. Please continue and let's grow together. And subscribe to my channel if you like it and if you want to be part of the community. All right, and thank you very much, and I see you on the next one.